Welcome to another episode of Passionpreneur TV. Today I'm jazzed to introduce you to Barb Wallick, a health and wealth vitality coach. Hi, Barb.
Hey, Dara, how's it going?
Good. Those are my
jazz hands.
Yeah. I first want to get into how you became a health and wealth vitality coach, and being your own business owner wasn't something that you started doing. You worked in the financial industry for a really long time.
Really long time. Growing up, we were on a hobby farm in South Surrey, where my dad still is, and we had this huge garden. I guess I found my entrepreneurial spirit really early on. And when you're in the country, there's not a lot to do, not always a lot of kids around, so I had to get creative that way. And so one day I thought, well, I could sell pumpkins to the traffic that passed by our farm, which wasn't a lot, but so I would put the pumpkins in the wheelbarrow, get the wheelbarrow to the end of the drive there, and then I would sell my pumpkins for like 5 cents each.
Had no concept of
nothing,
like cash flow, or
there was something to do. It was either that or collecting the pop bottles along the side of the road.
So did your dad harness that entrepreneurial spirit in you, or you just kind of figured out that it was something that you could do to make your own money at the time?
I remember him sitting there writing his checks out, paying his bills every month, and then at tax time he would have it all out at tax and show me how he did it. He took me to the bank to open my bank account up to put my money in. I've always worked, I've always banked, because he showed me how.
So when you became a young adult, you started to work at the bank?
Yes, I started working at the bank. Contract work to start with, and I was always an eager learner, and I figured this is a great way to get my education after high school. So along the way, you know, I realized I loved serving people, had an affinity for numbers and for relationship building. And so I got my financial planning designation, I got my securities license, I got my life license. And 32 years later, here I am independent as a financial planner, but now it's evolved into helping people also with their health.
So how do you work with others to help ignite their vitality with their health, wealth, and happiness for what they want to do and be in the world?
You know, it's about starting in small steps. And everybody's an individual, so every solution is going to be custom to, you know, what they need in their lives. But there's some key ways of doing that is mindset is really important. No matter what you want to achieve in your life, whether it's better health, more energy, better finances, getting into your own business, you won't be successful unless you address the mindset. Basically, what I'm trying to do is teach people how to create a lifestyle of health so they don't ever have to retire from what they're doing. Stress is a big deal these days, and 3 years ago, I found myself in a very stressful year. My mom wasn't well, my dad had a brain tumor, I had a car accident, and I felt exhausted, I was burnt out, I was sick all the time. I'd cry for no reason, and I'm like, oh, something's got to change. And it was almost before my 50th birthday, and I'm like, how can I live the next 50 years of my life like this? I don't want it to happen. You know, you've seen everybody around you not feeling great. I want the next 50 years to be wonderful. Mm-hmm. So I just took baby steps. You know, I started doing the green smoothies. I started juicing. Like, okay, this is okay. I never thought I'd ever blend my spinach and eat it for breakfast, but I do, and it's wonderful. And in the last 3 years, I'm a certified life coach. I teach chakra dance, which is really all about getting out of your head and into your body. You know, it's all about creating space, reigniting, and being reintroduced to who you really are and what really matters. And so that you drill down then into what are your thoughts? Are you being kind to yourself? Are you being your own best friend in how you talk to yourself? And those little voices that go on in your head, are they beating you up? Or are they your cheerleaders? And when I was learning to be a coach, you know, they would come out a lot. And I'm like, okay, you guys. And there's more than one voice in there. I said, okay, you guys, you need to support me. Are you willing to support me and become my cheerleaders? And I had this visual of them all going, yeah, we can do that, Barb, we can do that. And so I have to talk to them every now and again and remind them. But, you know, so they've become my cheerleaders, where if I have bad thoughts, I go, okay, stop.
Right.
You're deserving, you're worthy. So working with people that way, and then the emotions. Because if you have emotions in your body or you're feeling down, you need to switch that around. And whether it's with music, or journaling to get it out, or going to a practitioner to deal with those emotions, but you can't hold on to emotions, and because that itself will make you sick.
Definitely. So tell me, for someone to get sort of their emotional assessment with you or be able to start working with you in some capacity, is there a way in?
Well, I have a website, it's vitalitycoach.ca, and there's a spot there that you can click on and request a consultation, and I will send you an assessment. So you can fill out the assessment, we'll book a time, and we'll spend 30 minutes together as a gift.
Beautiful.
And we'll start from there.
Cool. And what happens in the assessment? It's sort of a breakdown of sort of where they are emotionally, mentally?
It's the food and spirit assessment. I'm a food and spirit practitioner. And again, that's all about working with your 7 systems of health. Sort of started out with your chakra systems, your energy systems, but we've defined what foods go with those systems. Whether you're over excessive in your root chakra or your root system, or you're undernourished in that area, and we move up the rainbow. So it's where Eastern medical philosophy deals with the Western medicine, and we just sort of bring it all together.
Thank you so much for coming, Barb.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I really want to encourage you to hop onto the vitalitycoach.ca website and download that assessment and just see where you're at. See how Barb can assist you in getting back to health and back to being alive and well, and also taking care of your finances at the same time. It all goes hand in hand. So I encourage you to do that. If you are an entrepreneur and you'd love to come on the show, please drop me a line. Otherwise, I want you to follow in your own heart's desire, because it's important. We've got to live out our heart's desire.
We do.
And I'm Adara, and I dare ya to make a difference.